Hey, excuse me, have you seen my phone? Have you seen my phone? No? Uh-oh, you lost your phone. Today is day 12 of Cybersecurity Month, and I am coming live with a real example of what happens when you lose your phone and why cyber criminals love it when you lose your phone. This is cybersecurity expert Reginald Andre, and I am here at my favorite coffee shop here in Hollywood, Florida. And many times there's incidents where people just leave their phones, or you're at a networking event, or you're going out and you lost your phone, and now it's like, uh-oh, what do I do? In addition to all the contacts that you have and just how much in love you are with making sure that you have your phone, don't forget there's a lot of information on your cell phone, a lot of private information, tons of information that's there. So today I'm going to be talking about how to prevent cyber criminals from getting access to your phone, so that in the event that you do lose your phone, you're well protected and you don't have to worry about a bad guy going into your phone. So if you don't know, this is Cybersecurity Month. This is day 12 for the month of October. I'll be going live and talking about all different ways of how to protect your systems and real life examples of making sure that your business is protected. So I know iPhones and Androids are the most popular cell phones out there, so my conversation will be more towards those devices, but this certainly can also apply to laptops as well. So let's first off with the first tip. You should have a password policy in place on your cell phone so that if any employee has any business related information, there should be a way where you have a policy in place where you tell them, look, you're going to have your emails on the phone, you're going to have our personal information on the phone. We need you to put a password on your phone. Now, that is sometimes a little complicated because if it's not a corporate cell phone, you can't really apply that, which is why you should highly consider if you do have sensitive information, and if an employee does lose their phone and it is a big deal, you want to be sure, hey, what's up? You want to be sure that that you can be able to control that. And with corporate phones and corporate security policies, you can essentially force your employee to have a password on their cell phone, and every year, every 6 months, depending on what cycle that you want to have it on, it forces them to put a PIN number on there. So typically pins can be anywhere from 4 characters to 6 characters. I always recommend 6 or more. And of course now with facial recognition and with the finger, it makes it even easier where the employee doesn't have to always remember to put that password unless the computer restarts. But definitely have a policy in place that if corporate information is on a phone, be it personal or it's the corporate phone, that you have to force a password on the phone, because the easiest thing for a bad guy to do is if he finds your phone, if it's lost or they stole it, and then when they just swipe up and they can just easily get on the phone, that's the worst thing that can happen. Because think about all of the information, all the emails that you communicate with your clients. Sometimes you take pictures, and you may then text message it to somebody, or the text message conversations, or if you use notes. And think about a lot of times you may put a lot of sensitive information on notes. So there's so much information that your phone has that you want to be sure that it's protected from cyber criminals. So I'm actually doing this live in a coffee shop, so I'm just going to let these guys pass by so that way you can hear me. All right, now that they passed by. Now the other thing that you're going to want to do with your phone is to have a policy in place that if it is a corporate phone, that you're going to want to do something that is called remote wipe. And remote wipe essentially allows the phone to kill itself, so to speak, to wipe itself. So that way, if a cyber criminal does get a hold of your phone, as soon as that phone gets any type of Wi-Fi or satellite signal, it sends a command to the phone and it erases everything, making the phone inoperable. So that's going to be the top 2 things that you're going to want to go ahead and do. So of course, when I'm going to let these guys pass. Again, I'm actually at a coffee shop because if you watch the introduction of my video, I kind of did a little skit saying, you know, you're at a coffee shop and I lost my phone. So I guess I should have expected that it wouldn't have been a clear environment. So regardless, now let's talk about what happens if you lose the phone. Now, your first thing is you should have a plan in place to have your employees notify you. So when your employees do an onboarding and they're reading the employee manual, and when you're doing your security awareness training with your employees, you want to let them know, hey guys, if you lose your personal phone or if you lose your business phone, we need to know about it, because there's certain things that you're going to want to do just to be on the safe side, such as clearing the email password, so that way if the bad guy is able to get into the phone or something like that, you can actually change the password, which will now block that person from getting on the phone. There's also ways if you're using the Outlook app, where you can remove the emails from that device. But typically you're going to want to do that when you have what is called mobile device management, or MDM. So I hope this was useful for you. Like I mentioned earlier today, we're going to be going live. So we have about, we're almost halfway. We're on day 12. And please check out my other videos. Go ahead and like and subscribe, because tomorrow I'm going to make sure that I am somewhere else, and it's going to be a little less quiet, but it's also going to be very valuable and useful information. I know we've had in our business a number of times where employees have actually lost their phones, and we were blessed to have these things in place where we were able to make sure that it had a password. So we know the typical thief, he would not want to get into the phone, because all he wants to do is just sell the phone for parts. And then if it was a cyber thief, we know that with the long PIN number and also the ability to do the remote wipe, the cyber criminal would not be able to get into the cell phone. And again, this also applies to iPads and any other devices that you have. Any information that has your corporate data in it, you want to be able to control that. You want to have a policy in place. Yes, it is expensive to supply your employees with cell phones, but it is worth it, because one data breach can cause a lot of havoc. So I'll see you tomorrow when we go on day 13, celebrating National Cybersecurity Month. Take care.